So, welcome for today's class of B.Ed-1 Pedagogy Subject Mathematics, Fundamental of Mathematics Education Notes. I will be giving you all. This is the third part of it. Okay, today's topic will be on place of mathematics in present school curriculum. Remember this? Here, continuation of the notes is the third part. Pedagogy of school subject mathematics, C part. Okay, third part it is. Place of mathematics in present school curriculum. I am only giving you all the notes, so I have to read them. Okay. Don't expect from me explanation because I am giving you all notes as per you all have asked me. Mathematics. Okay, mathematics means from the Greek word mathema is know as knowledge, study, learning. Is the study of the topics such as quantity, numbers, structures as space and change. I hope you all know the quantity means the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Structure you will find in the chemistry. There are a lot of structures are there. Okay, CH3 and space you all know and the changes which is done. Okay, next moving towards the definition of mathematics. Functioning has singular a group of related sciences including algebra, geometry and calculus concerned with the study of number, quantity, shape and space and their interrelationship by using a specialized notation, okay, which you will find a dictionary. Moving towards next part, mathematics is the science that deals with the logic of shapes, quantity and arrangements. Okay, math is all around us in everything we do. It is the building block for everything in our daily lives, including mobile devices, architecture, ancient and modern art, money, engineering and even sports. Since the beginning of recorded history, mathematics discovery has been at the forefront of the every civilized society and in use in even the most primitive of cultures. The need of math across based on the wants of society. The more complex a society, the more complex the mathematical needs. Primitive tribes needed little more than the ability to count but also relied on math to calculate the position of the sun and the physics of hunting. Okay? Mathematics seeks patterns and use them to formulate new constructure. Okay? Mathematicians resolve the truth of falsity on conjectures by mathematical proofs. Okay, let me zoom it so that you all can see this clearly. When mathematical structures are good models of real phenomena, then mathematical reasoning can provide insight or predictions about nature through the use of abstraction and logic. Mathematics developed from counting, calculation, measurements and the systematic study of the shapes and motion physical objects. Practical mathematics has been a human activity for a far back as written record exists. The research required to solve mathematical problems can take years or even centuries of sustained inquiry. Okay, compulsory subject from 1 to secondary level has significance due to its relation to several vocations, its correlation to other subject and life. Okay, as per NCF 2005, the main goal of math education is the development of the children's ability of mathematician. That is, children should learn to think about a situation using the language of mathematics so that the tools of and techniques of mathematics can be used. This typically involves drawing pictures, representation, choosing variables, framing equation and arriving at a conclusion logically. Okay. The narrow aim of school mathematics is to develop useful capabilities, particularly those numerical related skills such as the ability to deal with arithmetic operations, Okay, so it deals with arithmetic operations, ability to compute percentage, area, volume to factor, polynomial, etc. Next, moving towards the skill needed to transact one's daily life business along with social obligations smoothly. The higher aim to develop the child to think the reason mathematically. Okay, moving towards the next page, that is to pursue assumptions to their logical conclusion, to handle abstraction. It includes a way of doing things and the ability and the attitude to formulate and solve problems. These are important to deal with in the modern complex technological world. NCF 2005 talks about the teaching ambitious, coherent, and important mathematics. And ambitious mathematics seeks to achieve the higher aim rather than only the narrower aim. Okay, coherent means leakages of mathematics with other subject. Teaching important mathematics means that it is not merely textbook material but something both children and teachers consider with spending their time and energy on, and mathematics consider significance for mathematics. Okay, an important consequences of such requirement is that school mathematics must be activity oriented. Next you all have is discipline of math in the present school curriculum. Okay, the sequential curriculum is followed in math across the school years. Next is sequence is the presentation of the material in a logical order. The sequence could be determined by increasing complexity by logic, local environment to the world. Okay, moving towards the next one is you'll have to study all this for the exam purpose. So psychological means it begins with the imitate, interact and proceed to more remote ones. Okay, then you'll have some few points. Any curriculum for the mathematics must incorporate the progressive from the concern to the abstract and subsequently a need to appreciate the importance of abstraction in mathematics. Next you have is math education at primary and upper primary school. In the lowest classes, activities with concrete objects from the first step in the classroom to enable the child to understand the connection between the logical functioning of their everyday life to that of mathematical thinking. Next you'll have is operations on natural numbers usually form a major part of primary mathematics. Okay, then however the standard algorithm of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of whole number in the curriculum have tended to occupy a dominant role in this. This tends to happen at the expense of development of number sense and skill of estimate and approximation. Hence, operations should be introduced contextually. This should be followed by the development of language and symbolic notation with the standard algorithm coming at the end rather than the beginning of the treatment. Making simple comparison and classification along along one dimension at a time and identifying shapes and symmetries and appropriate skill to acquire at this stage, encouraging children to use language to freely express one's thoughts and emotions rather than in predetermined ways is extremely important at this and at later stages. Mathematical games, puzzles and stories involving number and useful to enable children to make these connections and to build upon their everyday understanding. Next topic is on math education at upper primary school. At the upper primary stage, students start the application of powerful abstract concepts. Students are introduced to algebraic notation and its use in solving problems and in generalizing to the systematic study of space and shapes and for consolidating their knowledge of measurement, data handling, representation and interpretation from a significant So, from a significant part of the ability of dealing with information in general, which is essential life skill. Next point is the learning at this stage also offers an opportunity to enrich students' special reasoning and visualization skill. Involves set theory operation on WIQ, ratio and proportion, simple planar geometry concept, basic algebraic concept, linear equation, etc. and so on. Okay, moving towards the next page, that is math education at meaning this is for the secondary school. At the secondary stage, what happens is the student begins to perceive the structure of mathematics as a discipline. Okay, they become familiar with the characteristic of mathematical communication, carefully defined terms and concept, the use of symbols to represent them, precisely stated proportion and proofs justifying proportions. Okay, now topics covered is concept of IR and R numbers and their operations, exponential numbers, quadratic equation, simultaneous equation, theorems on elements of a circle, quadrilateral instructions, logarithm, trigonometry, etc. At this stage, students integrate the many concept and skill that they have learned into a problem solving ability. Mathematical modeling, data analysis and interpretation taught at this stage can consolidate a high level of mathematical literacy. Individual and group of exploration of connection and patterns, visualizing and generalization and making and proving conjectures and important at this stage can be encouraged to the use of appropriate. Next we'll have is tools that include concrete models as in mathematics. Next is laboratories and computers. Okay, moving towards the next one is this is the maths in higher, meaning education at higher secondary level. Okay, the aim of the mathematics curriculum at the higher secondary stage is to provide the students with appreciation of the wide variety of the application of mathematics and equip them with the basic tools that enable such application. A careful choice between the often conflicting demand of the depth of versa breadth needs to be made at this stage. Topic, sequences, series, arithmetic, geometry, progression, calculus, higher algebra, coordinate geometry, conics, 2D geometry, trigonometric, etc. is required for all this. Okay. Next, in the next class, I will be giving you all the module 1, fundamental of mathematics education, but it will be unit 2. Okay, with unit 1 we are done. Okay, I am giving you all the notes on unit 1 is done. So I will be giving you all in the next class. I will be giving you all notes on introduction to the teaching mathematics. So in that I will be teaching all the meaning, nature and scope of mathematics. I will be giving all notes on these topics. Okay, aims and objective of teaching mathematics at secondary and high secondary level, and values of teaching mathematics. Okay. So don't forget to like, subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Press the bell icon for more updates. You can even press the hype button. And for more notes, you'll have to subscribe and keep, so you will get the notification whenever I put it. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe my channel, share with your friends, press the bell icon for more updates.